Yo, it's really good, right? I just had a look at something. As I've been talking about my economic direction, I've actually had to really sit down and do a lot more research and do a lot more looking into a lot of things more, adding on to what I do know already, and I've had to speak to certain people who are aware of other things a bit more than I am in certain departments. And one of the first things I realized is when I'm talking to people about economics, like, I'm finding out a lot of them are saying, oh yeah, I agree with what you say, but then I say to them, yo, what are you doing where it's making a step towards it? You may not be doing nothing now, you may not be doing anything, or you might like the plans, but my thing is this: if you agree with the plans and you actually have an idea for that progress, what are you doing where we can say, okay, you can help set foundations? One of the problems I'm noticing is when you talk to black people on economics, they may be feeling your idea, but too many of them are looking for the finished article. So it's like they're looking for the finished article, but then we have to start somewhere. We can't just say, yeah, blacks need to have businesses. So, but then right now many of us don't have money, and asking each other for money, we're just very paranoid. So the first thing I get my realization is we need business plans. So what I'll do, I'll even put in the tags, and I'll go onto a website which I made my business plan on with Google, and I made a business plan for event management, all general events. So I'm just gonna put that one out there, and I'm gonna put in the link box a website to people if you want to know about investing in gold. But even these same videos, there's a lot of videos on YouTube which give you the necessary advice on what you need in the process of doing it. What's funny is you might like what I say, but you need to have, even if you like what I say and you're gonna comment, you need to start putting down or even personally messaging me on what could be done to help make the necessary requirements possible. I'm talking to a lot of Afrocentric guys and people who say they're gonna do X amount of things in the Caribbean, but then when I talk to them, they've got no blueprint for us to follow in the Caribbean. So then I end up saying to myself, okay, I got no problem if you believe in doing things in Africa, for Africa, but then what African country? I don't get one answer. You got to start off somewhere. Africa's a very big place. Caribbean, there's a lot of islands there. If you know people in the Caribbean or in Africa who can help make the necessary things possible for us to progress in the UK and abroad. Obviously I can only talk from a UK black perspective, because even though I've traveled to other places, I can only sit on the foundations of where I understand the people and I understand the crowds of who I would aim my business ideas at. So I can only go by what I know on those bases where I live and where I'm based. As Dr. Claude Anderson talks about group economics, it's clear that we have to make steps towards it. I find that since I've talked about this video, the economic videos, I noticed the comments, they're very small. It's like, it's very small and very limited comments. But then if I make a video slandering black women or single mums, or if I make a video slandering black men, it seems as though I'll get hordes and hordes of comments, and I see people arguing with each other on the videos about comments. I just saw a video from Black Business Builders. I think I should put that in the link box, and the guy was talking about dream killers. And what happened is, what I've realized, even in our economic progress, what we need to do is, as a way of phasing out the good from the bad, and as a way of getting a quality control, if you have an economic plan or a plan which you're trying to put forward, if there's people in your social circle who don't really want to help you get that plan kicking off, if there's people in your social circle who have no idea for progression and they don't plan to get any idea for progression, what you should do is keep them at a distance and only talk to them when you need them. Because what's going to happen is, one of the biggest problems is, it's like, I've spoken to a lot of people that say they want to stop smoking, but then they choose to go in environments where everyone else is smoking, or they choose to go to environments where not only is everyone else smoking, but they still choose to hang out with other friends that smoke. So that's like playing with fire. You know, you can't decide to quit smoking, but then you're hanging around people that do smoke. You're gonna get tempted in and dragged in. So that's how what I've realized with our economic ideas. For our economic ideas to become a reality, we need to be in the right environments, around the right minded people who can help get those plans forward. You know, I mean, how can you talk about economics if you don't plan to write a business plan, or you haven't even looked at how to make a business plan, or you don't even know what business you want to make, or you don't even have, or if you're not already in a business which you may think of expanding on? You know, that's what has to be done in the process of getting out of economic disposition. Another thing is, you need to start saying to people, you know, okay, if you've got a group of friends that want to get a certain type of business going, all of you should be able to say, okay, by the end of the year we all raise £1,000 each, and with that money we can put a deposit down into the bank. So then automatically, you know, you might, if you all plan to get £1,000 by the end of the week, but then you all saved £50 a week, and you've got money at the end of the year, with all of that money you've all saved up as a group, you all got your deposits down to start the business for the necessary, and you can put your deposit down with the bank or Prince's Trust, any of those organizations. That's how group economics works. You know, everyone puts down everyone contributes their part, everyone sticks to the plans which they write out, and with those plans they use the plans, and that's how they progress. It's a stepping stone. You know, right now, if we're talking about economic development as black folks, we are the first really bringing those ideas forward. We're the first making those ideas a reality. So if we're making those ideas a reality, what has to happen in the process of that is we're planting seeds. So yes, if we have kids, we may see them benefit. If we might benefit even quicker than they do. You know, it's a risk, and that's what happens. You know, we're gonna have to take risks, and risks have to be accepted. But the fact is, I got no problem with people who tried and failed. But when you haven't made no effort whatsoever, to me, as far as I'm concerned, you're not in a position to talk, because you didn't do nothing to begin with. You see, one of the reasons why, when I look at the philosophies and opinions of the Honourable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, one of the problems which I think with the Honourable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, I think the ideas he had was so ahead of its time. He never had a team of people around him who could help him build on those ideas. And even when I look at, say, the Honourable Elijah Muhammad with the Nation of Islam, with their economic practices, you know, I just find that with those brothers there, it was very hard for them, due to them not having a team of people around them who could necessarily help them bring those ideas forward. So now, if me and all the black folks who claim to have these plans for progression, we are now a team which can help bring those plans forward, so we don't have an excuse where we can say no one's helping us, because we are each other's help, and we are the ones that can make the necessary steps to make things happen. But anyways, man, that's my little economic video, man. It's your boy BlackPowerStick, man. Get at me.